Department of Petroleum Resources warns businessmen not to float illegal refineries. Lagos State Government pays 1.51 billion naira to 292 retirees, and Central Bank of Nigeria to inject 118 billion naira into power distribution projects. Details of these and more coming shortly. The Nigeria Association of Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers, NALPGAM, has urged the federal government to intervene in arresting the hike in prices of liquefied petroleum gas, also known as cooking gas. It made the call in an open letter to the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timipre Silva, by its Executive Secretary, Mr. Basi Essien, and the National Public Relations Officer, Mr. Raphael Aguele. NALPGAM appealed to the government to put in place policy that would encourage the full domestication of liquefied petroleum gas. The marketers said every local producer of gas should be mandated to domicile all molecules made in the country. According to NALPGAM, the country's local consumption, which stood at about 70,000 metric tons as of 2007, had grown to over 1 million metric tons as at the end of 2020. The Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, has called on businessmen to invest in the oil and gas industry instead of indulging in illegal refineries. Director, Chief Executive Officer of DPR, Sarki Awalu, made the call at the weekend when he visited the Niger Delta Petroleum Resources, NDPR, located in Ogbele community in the Awada East local government area of Rivers State. Awalu, who was satisfied with the operations going on at the facility, said there was need for businessmen to invest their wealth in the oil and gas industry to grow the nation's economy. The DPR boss disclosed that the country has 7 private refineries and the national production capacity is a collection of the 7 private refineries and government refineries. He noted that the local content base of the NDPR facility has shown that the nation has a strong economic hub if properly harnessed.
This refinery is a masterpiece, and you can see a gradual increment of capacity and product, starting from 1,000 as a topping plant to hydroskimming plant to fully refining plant that can produce PMS and other essential products. So this is a model that needs to be catalyzed and replicated elsewhere. And I think this is a school that other refiners, especially in the private sector, they can come to really learn how it is being done. Start small, grow, and create capacity internal. I haven't seen anybody more than maybe 1% that is foreign out of this place. I can tell you the capacity, that is the most really gladdening to see that this place is owned by Nigerians, manned by Nigerians, everything is being done by Nigerians. That is one thing that you can never really overemphasize.
That was the voice of Sarki Awalu, the Chief Executive Officer of the DPR. Away from that now, the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority has lifted the ban placed on the Boeing 737 MAX aircraft in the Nigeria airspace. In a statement signed by the NCAA Director General Captain Musa Nuhu, the agency said the approval was effective from February 12th. Minister of Aviation Senator Hadi Sirika had announced a ban on the operations of the Boeing 737 MAX aircraft in Nigeria after 2 accidents of Lion Air Flight 610 and the Ethiopian Airlines Flight 320 crashed few minutes after takeoff. The statement received yesterday detailed how the United States Federal Aviation Administration dealt with the matter till the ban on the plane module was lifted. It directed all intending domestic operators to work with the Boeing company and the NCAA for the Aircraft Type Certificate Acceptance Program in order to have the Boeing 737 MAX aircraft registered in Nigeria and issued a standard certificate of airworthiness. Lagos State Government has said it paid 1.51 billion naira to another set of 292 pensioners in the state. In a statement titled Lagos Restates Commitment to Pensioners' Welfare, it said it remained committed to the payment of all pension entitlements when due. During the 82nd bond presentation ceremony to 292 pensioners whose retirement savings accounts were credited with 1.51 billion naira, the Director General, Lagos State Pension Commission, Mr. Babalola Obilana, assured retirees of the state government's dedication to the well-being of its workforce, even in retirement. Obilana charged the retirees to ensure that they had proper documentation to avoid delay in payments due to wrong or missing documents. The retirees were also admonished to be wary not to become victims of fraudsters. Obilana thanked Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for making the welfare of the employees a priority and for not withholding funds for retired staff amidst the COVID-19 pandemic and the aftermath of the End SARS protests. Over 1,650 workers of the National Engineering and Technical Company, a major contractor to ExxonMobil, yesterday besieged the oil company's premises over alleged non-payment of their entitlements. The protesting workers' spokesperson, Mr. Odumi Basi, told newsmen in Ebeno local government area that they would not leave the premises until their demands were met. He explained that ExxonMobil awarded contracts to Netco to upgrade cables at the Kwa Ibiu terminal, adding that they had worked under the supervision of the multinational oil company for the past 4 years. He disclosed that 2 of their members died in the course of their duties because their work was close to gas flaring sites. According to him, several attempts to meet with the management of the multinational oil company and the Ministries of Environment and Petroleum Resources had ended in a deadlock. Still on business news for today, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, will be disbursing 118 billion naira for power distribution projects across the 6 geopolitical zones. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Public Affairs, Ajuri Ngalale, who disclosed this, said the project would enable the operators to add 2,000 megawatts to the power supply. Ngalale said the current state of the power sector will soon improve as President Buhari has approved the Power Sector Fund to strengthen infrastructure in the sector. The president, he said, asked the CBN to procure 6 million meters in support of the distribution company's operations. He said the next step is to release the funds so that the projects can be executed in the next 12 to 15 months. Well, it's now time for us to link up with Femi Ojo for some stock exchange reports.
A beautiful morning to you out there. Here is a summary of trading activities on the floor of the stock market all throughout last week, Monday to Friday. Total turnover of 1.541 billion shares worth 18.235 billion naira in 22,752 deals were traded last week by investors on the floor of the stock market, in contrast to a total of 2.683 billion shares valued at 23.662 billion naira that exchanged hands the previous week in 27,844 deals. The financial service industry measured by volume lagged the activity chart with 1.099 billion shares valued at 11.110 billion naira traded in 12,544 deals, thus contributing 71.35% and 60.92% to the total equity turnover volume and value respectively. The consumer goods industry followed with 133.156 million shares worth 2.327 billion and 3,141 deals. The third place was the conglomerate industry with a turnover of 121.143 million shares worth 263.219 million naira in 839 deals. Trading in the top 3 equities, namely First Bank Holdings PLC, Guaranty Trust Bank PLC, and Zenith Bank PLC, measured by volume accounted for 553.512 million shares worth 8.931 billion naira in 5,132 deals, contributing 35.92% and 48.98% to the total equity turnover volume and value respectively. In summary, 39 equities appreciated in price during the week, higher than 16 equities the previous week. 33 equities depreciated in price, lower than 55 equities the previous week, while 90 equities remain unchanged, lower than 91 equities recorded the previous week. That was a summary of trading activities all throughout last week on the floor of the stock market. Join me on Wednesday when I bring you the outcome of today's trading and that of tomorrow's trading. I am Femi Ojo. Have a blessed week.
Well, that's it for Business Splash for today. Join us again on Wednesday for a fresh edition. My name is Charity Jerome. Good morning and thank you for listening.